Good evening and welcome everyone. Hello and assalamu alaikum to all our members. Thank you for joining us today here. We are here to talk about the preparation strategy that we are going to use in the MRCP Part 1 examination that is going to be organized on the 24th of August 2021. Let's talk about the exam format. The MRCP Part 1, the gateway to the membership or the diploma that you are aiming to achieve. So let's talk about what the exam really is and how it is organized. You have two papers that have 100 MCQs, that is total of 200 MCQs, that is of 3 hours each duration. Now, why we've written 6 plus 1 hour is you have a 1 hour break in between the examination. Now, this 1 hour is really important because you have to understand that this is exactly the 1 hour that you get to refresh yourself, to prepare yourself for the next bound of beating that you're going to get. And here is the most important number that you should be worried about. It's the 540. You have to also understand that this 540 is not a straight away number. You don't get a simple plus 5 or minus because there is no negative marking in the examination. So you have to basically attempt all of the questions. Even if you're guessing it, the RCP wants you to guess the answer because they want to check what is your guessing ability. Why they want to check what is your guessing ability is because they use a psychometric analysis to score their numbers. Now, the number which you get is a scaled score. It is based on all the number of candidates who are appearing in the examination. So you have to target a range of 60 to 63% marks in order to achieve a 540 score out of the 999 that you're awarded. So 200 MCQs. Now, in the examination, you cannot understand what is exactly the score that you're going to get. So you have to keep a target of 60 to 63% score in your mock tests. Whatever mock test that you give, you have to get that much score. What kind of textbook? Most of the candidates, they are in doubt that what is the textbook or notes that we are supposed to use and what are my options to get to those. These are the basic textbooks that you have. Kumar and Clark's Clinical Medicine textbook. It is an excellent book to understand medicine. You also have the CMDT. It is the current medical diagnosis and treatment for medicine. It's right now in its 60th anniversary edition. Most importantly, you have to have the OHCM or the Oxford Handbook of Clinical Medicine. Now, this is a must have. You cannot go ahead in life with the MRCP route without having a thorough knowledge of OHCM. You have to have it with you at all the times while you're in the wards, while you are seeing the patients, you are just revising or anything. There's one more point to note, especially for the Indian candidates. I have not mentioned Harrison's over here. Harrison's is not a requirement to study for the MRCP Part 1 exam per se. You are open to read any number of books that you want, but I would strongly suggest to go through Kumar and Clark and OHCM. Now, what are the notes that you have to refer? You have to understand that you do not have to read medicine while you're appearing for the Part 1 examination. It is more about MRCP preparation per se rather than an in-depth knowledge of medicine right now at the Part 1 stage. Part 1 stage only measures your ability to enter the training pathway, right? So you have to read some of the notes that I will mention right now. You have to decide for your own which one suits you the most. We'll talk about some of the notes that are as follows. The most important and the first one, the first name that you will always hear is the Philip Ecalra sir's book, which is the Essential Revision Notes for MRCP. This is the most comprehensive book. This gives you exactly the detailed syllabus of what are the questions and what are the topics that are going to be covered in the Part 1 examination. Also, this book forms a basis of what you're going to study. So it's a must have and you should refer to it once in a while. The second one is the only notes you will ever need. Now, this is the most crisp and concise notes that you are going to find. Now, I would suggest that you have to make one of the notes as your base. It is not possible to go through a textbook all the time while you're referring to the questions. So you have to go through one of the notes, any of these notes, and you have to make them as your base notes. You have to work on these base notes to build up upon your knowledge. You can keep adding the points that you come across in the MCQs, or whenever you find any interesting point, you can write it directly on the notes, but you have to have one base notes to go ahead. Then another one is the Notes and Notes by Dr. Yusuf A. Hamad. This is the highest volume notes, but it is very good for the detailed explanation of all the things that are there. This covers the entire syllabus, but I would recommend you not to go through this right now because we are going to We are going to finish the syllabus in an express pattern because we have only 60 days remaining for the exam. And I am getting a lot of questions right now for the other notes. And I would like to say that I will be covering all your doubts at the end. You can please post all your doubts that are there, and we'll be talking about everything. So don't worry, we'll be talking about all the notes that are there. So the next one is Step Up to MRCP by Dr. Khalid Al Maghrabi. Now this is the notes which has the highest history and of getting students passed, and it has the longest history. So this has been modified with massive experience by Sir, and it's the perfect middle ground, like I used to call it. The between the highest and the lowest, this is the one which covers the maximum topics in a good amount of depth. So it's upon you to choose. Now, how would you choose between the three options that I give you? You can skip for the notes and notes for this exam particularly because it's really high volume, and I am very sure that you will not be able to cover it in the 6 months, I mean 60 days time that you have. So you have basically three options: the only notes, and the Khalid Sir's notes. Fastest Kalras's book is just a reference book for right now. So you can decide between Step Up to MRCP or the only notes. So these two are your base options. What I would suggest you is go through the notes, download all of the PDFs, which we'll be sharing to you later on, and just go through the notes on one particular topic. One topic, choose one topic, whichever is your favorite or you're comfortable with, and just see which one suits your reading style the best. And then you can go on with the notes. So this is exactly the notes that will be forming the basis of your preparation. Next, about the online QBank, this is the most question hot topic is which online QBank to choose because it is the most important tool for your success. And the good thing about technology right now is you can revise on the go. You can just read anywhere in your wards, in your clinic, in while seeing the patients, you can just go. And the best thing about using an online QBank is you do not have to have a real big chunk of time. Like you don't have to have a 60 minutes time or 3 hours time duration to go through it. You can just download 5, 10, 15 questions and just go through them in whatever time you have. Let's say 5 minutes. If you're traveling, if you're in the tube, if you're in the train, the bus, you can read anywhere. So just make sure you make the best use of the online QBank because this is the basis of passing the exam. Questions are the basis because this is an MCQ based exam. So MCQs are basically the base of the exam. You don't have to think much about it. So you have to practice as many MCQs. Like our teacher used to say, MCQs, MCQs, and MCQs. So you have to practice as many MCQs. Which one? You basically have three: past test, past medicine, and on examination. Now I would have to talk a little about them over here because this is our best bet according to crackmedicine.com right now. Our experts say this is the best because this has a huge volume of questions. Most of them have somewhere around 3,000 to 5,000 MCQs. Now, according to our experts, this might look like a very huge number to you right now, but don't worry, we will tell you how to finish this in the 60 days time that you have remaining. You have to keep an eye on the time that you have in hand because you cannot go on reading in depth about one topic and then ignoring the rest, because that way you will never be able to finish the syllabus and you have to cover the entire syllabus, and that is where we will help you. But right now, coming back to the QBank, which QBank to subscribe, the past test is our best bet right now. Now, this is the more polished version. Past medicine is mostly for the ones who are giving their first attempt because it will help you build your base. So if you are really giving your first attempt, you should have past medicine. And then on top of it, you can go with past test. It is not necessary always to buy past medicine, but if it is your first attempt, I would strongly say that you should go with past medicine. And on top of it, you should refer to past test. Maybe you can use a friend's account or something. Coming to on examination, the top scorers have usually been found to use on examination by BMJ. It is obviously by the most reputed BMJ. The problem with this right now is I can guarantee you that you will not be able to finish it in 60 days or revise it clearly. I am not discouraging anyone from taking it. I am just trying to be practical here because given the limited amount of time, you cannot finish the whole entire BMJ syllabus in 60 days. So if you have already gone through this previously, if it's not your first attempt and you have read it before, then you can definitely go with it. Do not change your QBank right now. It's not the time to change your QBank. You just have to revise and go ahead. So if you already have taken a subscription, it's the best way is to go again with the same subscription because you are familiar with it. You have basically online QBank right now. You have the notes. You have textbooks to fall back when you do not understand any topic. So where does Crack Medicine fits in the picture? Crack Medicine has been able to track the record of some of the candidates, and we can guarantee you that this is the graph that we can give you. This is the 540 range, and this is the graph that most of the students fall in the range of 540 to 600. But if you really want a high score, you have to revise with us. How we will do that? We will do that through revision notes and live lectures. Already you have some of the things with you like the online QBank and other things, but we will be providing you with revision notes at every weekend at the end of all the live lectures that we are going to take. We will have a scheduled live lectures for all the major topics right now in the next 60 days. So basically for the next 60 days, we are going to cover all the 10 major topics that are there for your exam. And we will also be providing you with the revision notes at the end of the class so that you can quickly revise it, and also at the end of the whole preparation package. Now, what to expect in the live lectures that we are going to conduct? It's really going to be short and crisp. We will only talk about the high yield MCQs, which really have a high chance of appearing in the real examination. Now, what a student does not understand is what is exactly the question that is going to appear in the exam versus the questions that are not so much relevant for right now, like exactly what the trend is going on in the examination. We will also talk about certain examination techniques. And most importantly, as a Crack Medicine student, you will learn to catch keywords in the examination. Now, the Royal College has a peculiar habit of throwing in certain keywords. And if you know those keywords, you can really pick up on the questions and mark the right answer, whatever be the STEM. So you just have to be in the know for the keywords, and you have to practice them and learn how to catch those trigger words to know the right answer. Also, you have to do most of the MCQs throughout the week, but we will let you know which of those are really high yield MCQs. So basically how the pattern works is you do the revision throughout the weekend, you do the study material, you go through it on your own at your own pace through the week, and we help you relax at the weekend by planning a weekly schedule for revision. So we will let you know whichever areas you are lacking, and we'll cover the most important areas in the fastest time possible. Also, we'll be talking about the art of solving an MCQ while we go through the weekend's classes. More important than finishing the topic or a subject is what exactly it is that is expected of you as a student to be learned from that topic. RCP has a very, very, very familiar pattern for all the examiners who have been writing the questions for so many years. So they do not deviate much from the examination pattern. And that is where you have to pick in. You have to understand what is exactly the examination pattern, and you have to prepare accordingly. You cannot just go on doing MCQs one by one, like, endlessly, mindlessly. Mindfulness and being aware of exact exam pattern as well as what are the questions that are going to prop up in the exam are the real ones that you have to understand. The art of solving an MCQ is what we'll be talking about in our live lectures. What to expect and what not to expect from our live lectures. Please do not expect us to talk in depth about whatever topics that is. We will be going very much like an express revision pattern. We will be guiding you as to what you have to study and how you have to study, because this is not the stage and this is not the time to go in depth. We are very sorry, but we really do not have the time. You do not have the time for the 24th August exam. You just have 60 days remaining and you have over 17 subjects to be covered. So that is where we will be mentoring you in the MRCP exam oriented pattern. One of the most famous quotes for MRCP is read MRCP while you're writing MRCP and not medicine. That is what we'll teach you. Most of you have come to this webinar for one very particular reason, and that is what is exactly the way to prepare for the MRCP Part 1 exam. How exactly step by step to do it. So let's talk about that now. Now, some of you might be taking the theory first pattern. What is theory first? This is the pattern that most of the students take at first, wherein they read the material first, read any topic from any question bank or textbook, and they read it in depth and they go on reading it. They never make it to the MCQs. This is not a very efficient pattern for the Part 1 examination right now. You have to remember that the MRCP exam is an MCQ based exam. So you must be really familiar with what is exactly going to appear. So coming on to the next approach, MCQ first approach. Now in MCQ first approach, the students just do the MCQs and they never read the theory. They think that they can just memorize or learn the options or whatever it is, but that never works for the RCP exam because the examiners are smart and the questions keep changing. The topics and the trends remain the same. The questions keep changing. Do remember this. So what do you have to exactly do? You have to take the rainbow approach. Rainbow approach is what we call it at the crackmedicine.com. Is a tested toppers technique which will help you retain whatever you read for the maximum amount of time and help you really score good in the examination. How? This is how. Now rainbow is formed of the 7 colors, that is violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red. So you need to become a vibrant student. Now, who's a vibrant student? A vibrant student is the one who takes an integrated approach to learning. That is, his learning or her learning is not dependent exactly on the books. He learns from the environment, from his teachers, from his cases, from the patients, from the news, from social media, maybe from everywhere he can grasp. So that's a vibrant student whose learning is not limited to only books. Why I am saying this is, if you close your mind, you can never see the whole breadth of the topic. A question, look at this. This is an MCQ. Let's say this is an MCQ, right? And you are looking at it from here. This is your approach. And you have memorized this question exactly from here. So you know everything about this MCQ from here. But what you absolutely are unaware about is that this topic also has another angle, and that angle is here, or maybe here. And this is where the examiners focus. The examiners ask you the same question, is part of the same question, the same topic, but they will focus on the area that they usually know that the students do not know, or they are not so much interested in reading. So we will help you understand what is that topic, what is that area, what is the angle, and we will help you understand one topic from all the angles. But you do not have to be dependent on anyone to learn. That is why I keep a wide horizon open in your head. Take an integrated approach to learning. What to do next? You have to solve ideally 100 MCQs per day. Now, if you note this, you have 60 days remaining into 100 is equal to 6,000, right? Your maths is good. It is 6,000 MCQs. So you can still complete 6,000 MCQs in the remaining 60 days by taking this approach. But this approach doesn't count in your night duties, your hectic duties, the day when your tire is flat, and those days are going to happen, right? Those days are going to happen. So you have to make an ideal situation is 100 MCQs per day. Bare minimum, like what is the bare minimum to do? The bare minimum would be 50 MCQs. This is the minimum per day. The next is be bold. What is being bold? You don't have to be feared or afraid about the exam. You are already doctors, you're well established doctors, and you don't have anything to lose in life right now. You have already made a successful career for yourself. Whatever might people call you or whatever names they say, you have definitely achieved a lot right now, and you don't have to worry about anything or anybody, whoever talks whatever. So you have to be bold in order to be accepting of the learning that we are going to provide you. There's a saying which says, like, unless people laugh at you, you aren't dreaming big, right? So try to be bold. The golden rule: What is the golden rule? The golden rule says do not sleep without doing at least one MCQ on any day. If it's a very hectic day, you're having a bad day, what you have to really do is when you go on your bed, just log into your account and do one MCQ. Just one MCQ from any of the Q banks, PDFs, anywhere, anything, but it should be one MCQ. Because what this does is it tunes your brain into the habit of feeling familiar with MCQs. This is what you're going to deal with on the exam day. So you have to make yourself familiar with the things that you're going to deal on the exam day, such as pencils, such as sitting for long hours. You sitting for 6 hours for an entire duration of 6 hours with equal mindfulness is not such an easy task. So you need to prepare for this. In the last week of the exam, we will be talking really about all the examination techniques and what is exactly that you have to follow. But for now, this is enough to say that you should practice sitting exactly at the 9:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. time and 2:30 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. time for the exam, because this is where the exam happens and you need to be in sync with the day so that you can sit for 6 hours comfortably with mindfulness, with equal alertness. So you have to start practicing for this maybe 15 days before your exam, or maybe you can do it right now. Next one is the sole decision maker of your destiny is who? It's you and only you. So you have to understand this simple point and then you have to move accordingly. Now, O is often pray to whatever, it's your parents, whichever God you trust in. You have to keep them in your prayers. And most important is read relevant theory immediately on encountering any new or uncomfortable topic. This is the most important point. You have to do it immediately. Why I say immediately is if you think that you will follow it up later on, you are never going to follow it up. So you have to open up any Q bank, anything that you like, any textbook, anything, and you have to go and read about it immediately. Suppose you are solving an MCQ bank of 25 MCQs. At the end of this 25 MCQs set, you have to read whatever theory topics you have encountered which you are not comfortable with. Because if you don't read it, you are always going to be uncomfortable with it. There are scenarios when we do not understand a particular topic and we are there to help you with that. But this is for now. Try and finish off the theory patterns which are left in your brain to finish it right now. There's also a fantastic technique to remember stuff. It's called the emotional activation system. What is an emotional activation system? This brings in your limbic system. Any emotional event which you have from your memory, think about it. It could be, let's say, 20 years back, 25 years back, but you will remember the precise details of the event. You are not going to forget it throughout your life. So what is the difference between that event and when you sit down to study? Why aren't you able to remember when you sit down to study the material? The difference is emotion. You are emotionally connected to that event and you're not emotionally connected to whatever you're reading that you're not able to retain. So once you become emotionally connected, you activate your limbic system. Now, the limbic system is one of the oldest parts of the brain. This will help you remember everything with preciseness if you activate it. How to activate it? You have to put in an element of emotion. It could be anything, it could be happiness, sadness, anything. But you have to link an emotion to every MCQ that you encounter. Once you start feeling happy about the MCQs, you will start seeing the magic. Please do not associate it with negative thoughts. Negativity is already there all over us. Try keeping a little away from the social media right now. There's a lot of negativity going on in the media right now. For the next 60 days, you have to keep yourself very, very, very focused and very sane and very ready for the examination. So you don't have to think about anything else right now. That is Now we come to the end of our short session right now. We have tried to cover up most of the topics, and we have, if you have any questions right now, you can type in the chat box and we'll try to answer those questions. If you want, you can raise your hand and we'll try to unmute it. Okay, so the first question that we are seeing here right now is, what is the price of the package? As of now, we are giving it absolutely free, 100% free right now. The study materials are 100% free. We are yet to decide a little bit on the other aspects. So it is being free right now. And also, we do respect whatever the doctors are doing right now all over the world for the COVID-19 situation. So we have made it absolutely free for this examination right now. So that is your answer. And we have another question from Dr. Manvi, which reads, what about the students who have started preparing from June and have not finished past medicine? Also one reading. There's no harm in not finishing anything right now. You still have 60 days remaining with you. 60 days is a lot of time. So you can still finish it. But what you need to understand is that you have to figure out a way. You have to figure out a way to find out at least 3 hours in your day. 3 hours per day is the minimum that is required, that we have seen with so many students. Now, I am not saying that you need 3 hours completely at one go. You don't need a chunk of 3 hours. What you need is fragmented 3 hours. And I'm very sure that you can find fragmented 3 hours throughout your day. Like, let's say 30 minutes. If you find sometime 30 minutes, please log into your account and start doing the questions. Also, Past Medicine has a really vast bank and the answers are really vast. You do not have to go and read everything in depth right now, but you have to cover the questions. You have to cover the pattern of the questions. You have to understand there's a pattern recognition system and you have to pick that up. So this is exactly your target, Dr. Manvi. I hope that solves your question. Also, someone named iPhone is asking questions. Are you going to do online classes? Yes, sir, we are conducting online classes. These classes will be live and they will be conducted on the weekends. What we are not going to do right now for this examination is the short subjects. We are not going to take the classes for short subjects right now because we are unable to find the teachers for that right now. But anyways, for the major subjects, that is the 10 major subjects like cardiology, neurology, and rheumatology, nephrology, etc., all the classes will be taken every weekend. So you basically have 8 weeks from now to the exam. We'll be taking 10 classes during that 8 weeks. We'll also be providing you with notes of the classes. So you can focus absolutely on the class. You don't have to take down any notes. But what you do have to do on your own right now is you have to read the short subjects on your own. So what we are not going to cover is opthal, palliative and end of life care, oncology, dermatology, hematology, and clinical sciences. Okay, so that is another question. So whosoever is there right now, I want to establish a very important fact which lies with solving the MRCP Part 1 examination. Coming back to here, there's one very important thing that you have to understand, and that is, if you could take one thing from me today from this class, it is this. None of the teachers or your seniors are going to tell you this, that the whole and soul of Part 1 examination is this. The topics that are there in the clinical sciences chapter, the 5 subtopics, and the clinical sciences as a whole is the basis of Part 1 examination. This is exactly what the RCP is looking for in you when you're writing the Part 1 examination, because this is an entry exam. You want to check how much you have retained from your MBBS. What is the level of your clinical sciences, how much depth you have, what is the hold of you, what's your hold in the clinical sciences chapter. So make it a point, put it in your head, write it down somewhere, do whatever, just write clinical sciences in big bold red letters and finish it at least twice, because in the scaling system or the scoring system, clinical sciences is the one which is going to take the most of the part. You have to understand that this is not a straightforward exam wherein you just write the MCQs and you are scored directly. It's a scaled exam, and this is the part of the scaling that you do not understand, that clinical sciences will bring your score so much high that your chances of passing the examination will become more than 50% just by finishing clinical sciences properly. Yes, Dr. Manvi, you are right. Clinical science is major and has maximum weightage. That is what we are talking right now. And we can try and fit in classes for clinical sciences also as we get availability of the teachers. What will be the first chapter by next weekend from Dr. Usman? We are trying to work that up, but as of right now, this weekend, in the coming weekend, we will be taking up respiratory medicine. So try and work through respiratory medicine right now. So that is what exactly you have to do. This week is respiratory medicine, guys. So try and finish up respiratory medicine first. And we will be talking in depth about respiratory medicine. We will be doing some high yield MCQs on respiratory medicine. Okay, so this week, the coming weekend, that is the first week of July, we will be working on respiratory medicine. All right, guys. Okay, so we are getting another question here, that what and how should we plan from Dr. Avnidhar. So Dr. Avnidhar, we have a free giveaway for you right now. Guys, if you just go and visit crackmedicine.com right now, you can just see there that you have a free giveaway called Scheduler. Please go there and download the Scheduler for the next 60 days. Herein you will find the exact number of days that you have to study per subject that you have remaining. All right, so please go here and download it. You can print it out and write down the specific dates, but this is a must have, the scheduler for the exam. Please go to crackmedicine.com and download it ASAP, because that is how your preparation will begin. And we'll also be posting all the updates on crackmedicine.com as and when we develop the updates. I hope that solves most of the queries of all the participants. Please keep visiting crackmedicine.com on a regular basis. Right now, the thing is free for the part 1 examination. We'll talk about later maybe in the next session and all, we can talk about pricing and all. But right now, for the 24th August examination, it is absolutely free. So please make most use of it. Refer it to your friends. Ask your friends also to go and visit crackmedicine.com, so that you can download not only the scheduler, but you're also in the know for what the chapters are that are going to be conducted on the weekends, so that you're ready for the chapters. Yes, Apnida, thank you so much to you also. I hope you all had a lovely evening. Please stay safe and stay happy and keep learning. All the best to all of you for the MRCP Part 1 examinations. Thank you.